My inspiration for this photo series came from the subject herself. Amanda, I know as to be a very charismatic person, and I wanted to try and highlight that in her photos and the different emotions that she carries. So I just wanted something that felt natural, authentic, and took out any of the distracting colors to just focus on the features of her face.
Oh, this is really very artsy. I'm a very artsy style. I like the shallow depth of field use. You don't get that a lot either. I feel like whenever you're in the studio too, a lot of people like to try to take advantage of the light and larger depth of field because of detail. But with this is kind of fun because the light's literally being used as a very artsy tool. It's like you're trying to emulate this kind of scenery, and you have this controlled background, which is cool. But then again, also you're using that shallow depth of field to kind of brighten that up.
The black and white is interesting because Amanda has flaming red hair that's very, very beautiful. And so the choice to obscure that and hide that is an interesting one because it is focusing more on her as a person and less of her attributes, I suppose.
Took these photos because I feel like Amanda was in a very Christmassy mood kind of today. That day I feel like, and usually I see her wearing pretty business casual to artsy kind of clothing. So I felt like this was a little bit of a mood changer, and was kind of fun and kind of resembled a little bit of Ellie Kemper to me, who was from the shows Kimmy Schmidt, Unbreakable and stuff. So she's pretty funny, so this is why.
Oh, I think it's really sweet. I love the balance of color in the photo and how it's a little desaturated. I think that's really interesting. I love the way the light's bouncing off her face. He did that really well. The catch light in her eyes is really nice. And just the facial expression, I feel like it's just a good demonstration of who she is.
The color scheme for all of them, but especially the second one, I don't feel that warmth that I think a human skin tone should have. But I really like how all of these are like Amanda. They're Amanda and how she acts, this fun, interesting person. So what I wanted to do with Amanda was a bit different because Amanda's a really outgoing, fun, interesting person. And so I wanted to see if I could get her to invoke some sort of just tragedy, some really negative, thoughtful emotion. So someone who's experienced a lot in life. For editing, I tried to just warm it up slightly and to add a bit of film grain in there to really give it a little bit of a vintage effect.
I like the somber expression on her face, the way the light is bouncing, it's very soft. I love when people get the texture of someone's skin. I don't really like when skin is super airbrushed because it feels unnatural for me, like they're made of plastic. I like that you kept them fairly raw and left them the way they were, because I think that added to it and added to the authenticity of Amanda.
These photos very have that old farm style to them to me for some reason. The real big difference between I feel like the three of ours is that this is very old school, very humbling photos. It's almost like an artsy apple pie kind of photo. I don't know, it looks really creative, but at the same time too, it's very comforting to me in a very rural, raw kind of way. Reminds me of being on the farm and being on the farmhouse. While Kyle's photos were very more of that dramatic, cinematic feel. Looked a little bit he was going for a noir type of thing, with a little bit of creamy dreamy, which is kind of fun too. And then mine were just literally, I was just kind of trying to feed off of a different vibe that I would get from Amanda off a daily basis.
I'm never one to take pictures or anything. I never am on, I'm always usually taking the photos. I'm never the subject, so it's so weird to see yourself on camera. I feel oh, seductive. I feel like this would be my picture if I was an Avenger or an X-Men or something like that. This would be Captain something. Aww. Aw, that's so cute. I look innocent a little bit, eh? I like the black and white. I really do. That looks really nice. And then, stop, that's so fun. I didn't even realize I made half of these faces. Oh. Oh my God, that's so fun. I look so happy. Oh, so much happier than that. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my. Am I like the life of the party or something? Because I don't feel like I am. Oh my God, those are actually so fun. Like, I feel happier like looking at those. Like, I feel like I'm a happier person. Oh, who dat? I like that. I look like I'm like stressed or like thinking about something. This is so weird. I've never seen anything like this before. I like, it's really like emotional. Oh my gosh. Now I'm remembering them now. Yeah, as you guys would be like, hey, you do this. Yeah, you had me be like, look distraught or something like that, right? I do remember looking back now and thinking that. That was really cool. I liked that. It really shows how like people see it differently, eh?